Welcome to Empathy Stories, where powerful narratives of resilience and understanding come to life. Today, join us as we delve into the compelling journey of Justice Ava Cooper, whose encounter on a routine flight reveals profound lessons about dignity, empathy, and standing up against prejudice. Prepare to be inspired by her unwavering strength and grace. In the bustling heart of New York City, where ambition and dreams intertwine amidst towering skyscrapers, Justice Ava Cooper embodied both grace and authority. As a distinguished member of the United States Supreme Court, Ava had dedicated her life to upholding justice and equality, earning respect and admiration in equal measure. Yet, beneath her poised exterior lay a quiet resilience forged through years of navigating the intricate corridors of power and prejudice. On a crisp autumn morning, Ava found herself boarding Flight 247, a routine journey that promised nothing more than the familiar hum of the aircraft and the steady cadence of in-flight service. Clad in an exquisite designer dress, a birthday gift from her close friend Megan, Ava felt a rare sense of lightness. The dress, with its intricate beadwork and flowing silhouette, was a testament to Megan's unwavering support and the bond they shared beyond the confines of their professional lives. Settling into her first-class seat by the window, Ava allowed herself a moment of solitude. She opened her tablet, the screen illuminating her focused expression as she delved into a complex case involving environmental justice, a cause that had long held her passion. The cabin around her buzzed with the typical pre-flight energy, passengers engrossed in their devices, a young mother soothing her restless child, and the occasional friendly exchange between fellow travelers. To Ava, these were the mundane rhythms of air travel she had grown accustomed to over countless flights to hearings, conferences, and public engagements. However, today's flight held an undercurrent of tension that Ava couldn't quite place. As the plane ascended, she noticed Dana, a flight attendant known for her impeccable professionalism, making her way down the aisle with practiced precision. Dana's presence was usually a source of calm efficiency, her polite smiles and attentive service enhancing the first-class experience. Yet, there was something different about her demeanor today, a subtle shift that Ava couldn't ignore. As Dana approached her row, Ava sensed a flicker of scrutiny in the attendant's eyes. The initial smile was forced, lacking the genuine warmth Ava was accustomed to. "Good morning, Justice Cooper," Dana greeted, her tone clipped and her gaze lingering a moment too long on Ava's elegant dress. Ava offered a polite smile, acknowledging the greeting with a grace that had become second nature to her. As the meal service commenced, Dana's movements became more deliberate, almost calculated. She placed Ava's meal tray on the table with an abruptness that seemed to disrupt the usual flow of service. "That's quite a dress you're wearing," Dana remarked, her voice carrying an undercurrent of skepticism that Ava found unsettling. "It must have cost a pretty penny." Ava remained composed, her response measured and calm. "Thank you, Dana. It was a thoughtful gift from a dear friend," she replied softly, her eyes meeting Dana's with unwavering steadiness. Despite the flight attendant's insinuations, Ava knew the dress was a symbol of friendship and appreciation, not a mere display of wealth. The conversation seemed to end there, but the tension lingered in the air like a heavy fog. Dana retreated to the galley, her professional facade slipping into a colder, more detached demeanor. Ava tried to refocus on her case, but the uncomfortable exchange gnawed at her, stirring memories of past encounters where she had been subtly undermined because of her position and identity. As the flight progressed, small acts of disapproval from Dana became more frequent, brief, judgmental glances, a barely concealed sigh when Ava reached for her water glass, and an unintentional spill of water that left a faint stain on her dress. Each incident chipped away at Ava's composure, testing the boundaries of her patience and resilience. Yet, she drew strength from within, recalling her mother's advice. "You can only let them make you feel small if you allow it." With each passing moment, Ava reminded herself of the countless battles she had fought and won in courtrooms and boardrooms, facing prejudice with unwavering dignity. Passengers around her began to take notice of the growing tension between Ava and Dana. Murmurs of concern and curiosity rippled through the cabin, eyes occasionally darting towards the unfolding drama. An elderly woman across the aisle discreetly offered Ava a tissue, a silent gesture of solidarity that Ava appreciated deeply. Sometimes, people don't realize the impact of their words, the woman whispered softly, her eyes filled with empathy. As the flight reached cruising altitude, the storm outside mirrored the internal turmoil Ava felt. The confined space of the airplane cabin, usually a place of temporary refuge, now felt like an arena where Ava's dignity was being silently contested. She glanced out the window at the sprawling city below, drawing comfort from the familiar skyline that symbolized both her personal and professional achievements. In the midst of this emotional turbulence, a young man seated nearby leaned over and offered a reassuring smile. "You're handling this very well," he said quietly, his voice a balm to Ava's frayed nerves. Not everyone can maintain such grace under pressure. Ava nodded gratefully, the simplicity of his kindness resonating with her deeply. "Thank you," she replied, her voice steady. "It means a lot." As the flight continued towards its destination, Ava's focus shifted from the external judgments to the internal strength she had cultivated over the years. The incident with Dana served as a poignant reminder of the ongoing struggle against subtle forms of discrimination and the importance of maintaining one's integrity in the face of adversity. It was a lesson in empathy, not just for herself, but for those around her who might be experiencing their own battles silently. By the time the plane began its descent, the tension had not fully dissipated, but Ava felt a sense of resolution settling within her. She had navigated the storm with the same resilience that had defined her illustrious career, emerging not just unscathed but stronger and more determined to advocate for fairness and respect in all spheres of life. As the passengers prepared to disembark, Ava stood gracefully, her presence commanding yet approachable. The final moments of the flight passed with a renewed sense of purpose, her interactions now marked by a quiet confidence that inspired those around her. Stepping off the plane into the vibrant energy of New York City, Ava carried with her the profound lessons of that flight, lessons in love, empathy, and the unyielding strength of the human spirit. Through the eyes of an outsider, Ava Cooper's encounter on Flight 247 was more than a fleeting moment of tension. It was a testament to the enduring power of dignity and the profound impact of empathy in fostering genuine human connections. Her journey, marked by resilience and grace, continues to inspire those who witness her unwavering commitment to justice and equality. As Flight 247 continued its steady ascent over the sprawling expanse of New York City, the atmosphere within the first-class cabin remained tense. Ava Cooper, Supreme Court Justice, sat poised in her seat, her elegant dress now marked with a faint water stain from the earlier spill caused by Dana, the flight attendant. The incident had left Ava feeling unsettled, but she remained resolute, drawing strength from her inner resilience and unwavering commitment to justice. Dana, whose demeanor had shifted from professional to subtly antagonistic, approached Ava once more as the meal service commenced. This time, her scrutiny was more pointed, her tone edged with an unspoken judgment. "You know, it's not every day we see someone in such a high position wearing something so extravagant," Dana remarked, her eyes narrowing slightly as she glanced at Ava's designer dress. Ava maintained her composure, her response measured and calm. "Thank you, Dana. It was a thoughtful gift from a close friend. I appreciate your concern," she replied softly, her eyes meeting Dana's with steady confidence. The subtle hostility in Dana's demeanor did not go unnoticed by the other passengers. An elderly woman seated across the aisle, Mrs. Thompson, leaned over discreetly and offered Ava a tissue. "I'm so sorry about what happened earlier," she whispered, her eyes filled with empathy. "You deserve better treatment." Ava accepted the tissue with a grateful nod, feeling a flicker of warmth from the unexpected gesture. "Thank you." Mrs. Thompson. That means a lot, she responded, her voice tinged with appreciation. As the meal service progressed, Dana continued to make pointed remarks, her behavior increasingly unprofessional. I must say, it's quite a dress you're wearing. It must be quite expensive, she repeated, her tone carrying an undercurrent of skepticism. Ava chose to rise above the insinuations, focusing instead on maintaining her dignity. Indeed, it is a special piece. I cherish it dearly, she replied, her voice steady and composed. She could feel the eyes of the surrounding passengers upon her, some watching with curiosity, others with silent support. The tension in the cabin was palpable. The once quiet sanctuary now charged with an uncomfortable energy. Passengers exchanged glances, the murmurs of disapproval and concern blending with the low hum of conversation. Ava's presence, marked by both authority and grace, had inadvertently become a focal point for the simmering undercurrents of bias and prejudice. Amidst the growing discomfort, Hannah, another flight attendant, approached the cabin with a tray of beverages. Noticing the strained interaction between Ava and Dana, Hannah sensed the need to intervene. She approached Ava's row with a warm smile, her demeanor contrasting sharply with Dana's rigidity. Justice Cooper, can I offer you something to drink? Perhaps a refill? Ava welcomed the gesture with a polite smile. Thank you. Hannah, I'd appreciate a glass of water. Please. As Hannah attended to Ava, the atmosphere began to shift. Her genuine kindness and professionalism served as a counterbalance to Dana's earlier hostility. Ava couldn't help but feel a sense of relief at Hannah's presence, the sincerity in her actions rekindling a flicker of hope amidst the tension. After Hannah left to retrieve the water, Mrs. Thompson took Ava's hand in a comforting gesture. You handled that very well, she said softly. You don't deserve to be treated that way. Ava nodded, the elder woman's words resonating deeply within her. Thank you, Mrs. Thompson. It's important to stand up against these moments, no matter how small they may seem. The flight progressed, the initial unease gradually giving way to a sense of solidarity among the passengers. Ava's unwavering composure and dignified responses had not only diffused the immediate tension, but also inspired those around her to reflect on their own biases and preconceptions. The subtle acts of support, whether through a kind word or a sympathetic glance, underscored the importance of empathy and mutual respect in overcoming prejudice. As the plane began its descent, the atmosphere within the cabin had transformed. What had started as a tense and uncomfortable encounter had evolved into a moment of collective understanding and quiet solidarity. Passengers, once mere strangers, now shared a silent acknowledgement of the power of standing up against subtle forms of discrimination. Upon landing, Ava gathered her belongings with grace, the earlier incidents leaving her with a profound sense of purpose. As she made her way towards the exit, she was greeted by Hannah, who offered a genuine smile and a nod of respect. Thank you for handling everything so gracefully. Justice Cooper, it was a pleasure to serve you. Ava returned the smile, her heart warmed by Hannah's sincere demeanor. Thank you. Hannah, your kindness made a difference today. As Ava stepped off the plane and into the bustling airport terminal, she couldn't help but reflect on the lessons learned during the flight. The encounter with Dana had been a stark reminder of the persistent undercurrents of prejudice that lingered in everyday interactions. Yet, it was the moments of empathy and support from strangers like Mrs. Thompson and Hannah that had reaffirmed her belief in the power of compassion and understanding to bridge divides. Walking through the arrivals hall, Ava felt a renewed sense of determination to continue her work in the legal arena, advocating for justice and equality with even greater fervor. The experience had deepened her appreciation for the subtle yet significant ways in which individuals could impact one another's lives, reinforcing the importance of empathy and the courage to stand up against injustice. From an outsider's perspective, Ava Cooper's journey on Flight 247 was more than a fleeting moment of tension. It was a testament to the enduring strength of dignity and the profound impact of empathy in fostering genuine human connections. Her ability to navigate the confrontation with grace and inspire solidarity among her peers served as a powerful reminder of the importance of standing firm in one's principles, even in the face of subtle adversity. As the airport buzzed with the usual activity of arrivals and departures, Ava moved forward with a sense of purpose and hope, carrying with her the invaluable lessons of that flight. The encounter had not only tested her resilience, but also highlighted the transformative power of empathy and the unspoken bonds that connect us all. In the grand tapestry of life, it is often these unexpected moments of compassion and solidarity that weave the most enduring and beautiful patterns, guiding us toward a more just and understanding world. As Justice Ava Cooper navigated through the bustling airport terminal, the events of Flight 247 lingered in her mind like a persistent echo. The confrontation with Dana, the flight attendant, had not only tested her composure, but had also reinforced the profound impact of empathy and solidarity. Walking through the arrivals hall, Ava felt a renewed sense of purpose, her steps light yet determined as she moved toward the exit. Outside the terminal, the crisp autumn air greeted her, carrying with it the vibrant colors of the season that mirrored the transformative journey she had just endured. Ava took a deep breath, the cool breeze invigorating her spirit. The city, always alive with energy, now seemed to pulsate with a deeper meaning, a reminder of the interconnectedness of every individual's actions and the ripple effects they could create. As she approached the taxi stand, Ava noticed a familiar figure waiting patiently, Hannah, the flight attendant who had offered her the glass of water during the flight. Hannah's warm smile and genuine demeanor had been a beacon of kindness amidst the earlier tension. Ava felt compelled to express her gratitude. "Thank you again, Hannah. Your kindness made a significant difference today," she said sincerely. Hannah's eyes sparkled with warmth as she responded. "It was my pleasure, Justice Cooper. I'm glad I could help." The exchange was brief, but meaningful, a testament to the power of small acts of kindness in fostering connection and understanding. As Ava stepped into the taxi, she couldn't help but reflect on the lessons learned during the flight. The encounter with Dana had been a stark reminder of the subtle, yet pervasive nature of prejudice, even in the most unexpected places. Yet, it was the empathy and support from strangers like Mrs. Thompson and Hannah that had reaffirmed her belief in the inherent goodness of people. During the ride, Ava gazed out the window at the cityscape, her thoughts drifting to the elderly woman, Mrs. Thompson, who had offered her tissues and silent support. Sometimes, it's the quiet gestures that speak the loudest, Ava mused to herself, recalling the woman's whispered words of encouragement. The memory brought a gentle smile to her face, a flicker of hope amidst the lingering discomfort of the earlier confrontation. Upon reaching her home, Ava decided to take a moment of solitude to process the day's events. She settled in her favorite armchair by the window, the soft glow of the evening sun casting a serene light across the room. Opening her journal, Ava began to pen her thoughts, the act of writing serving as a cathartic release of the emotions that had swirled within her. Today was a reminder that prejudice can manifest in the most unexpected ways. She wrote, "But it also showed me the incredible strength that comes from standing firm in one's dignity and the profound impact of empathy and support from others." As she continued to write, Ava delved deeper into her reflections. She acknowledged the resilience that had carried her through countless challenges in her career. Yet she recognized that the fight against subtle discrimination was an ongoing battle that required vigilance and compassion. The encounter on Flight 247 had reignited her commitment to advocating for equality, not just within the legal system, but in everyday interactions. A knock on the door interrupted her thoughts, and Ava glanced up to see Sarah, her compassionate confidant and close friend, standing in the doorway with a comforting smile. "Mind if I join you?" Sarah asked softly, stepping inside and taking a seat beside Ava. Ava nodded, grateful for the presence of someone who understood the complexities of her role and the emotional toll it often entailed. "Not at all. I was just reflecting on today's events." Sarah reached out, placing a reassuring hand on Ava's shoulder. You handled everything with such grace. It's inspiring to see how you turned a difficult situation into an opportunity for empathy and understanding. Ava smiled, the warmth of Sarah's words filling the room. It wasn't easy, but moments like these remind me why I do what I do. To fight for justice, to stand up against prejudice, and to support those who may not have the strength to do so themselves. They sat in comfortable silence for a while, the bond of friendship and shared purpose strengthening the foundation of Ava's resolve. Sarah's unwavering support was a pillar of strength, a constant reminder that Ava was not alone in her journey. As the evening progressed, Ava and Sarah decided to host a small gathering for their close friends and colleagues, turning the mansion into a space of warmth and camaraderie. The event was a celebration of resilience and the enduring power of human connection, a stark contrast to the earlier tensions on the flight. Guests arrived with smiles and stories, the atmosphere filled with laughter and meaningful conversations. During the gathering, Ava found herself sharing her experience on Flight 247, her voice steady as she recounted the encounter with Dana and the subsequent support from strangers. Her narrative was met with nods of understanding and shared experiences from others who had faced similar challenges in various aspects of their lives. One guest, a fellow judge named Marcus, approached Ava with a thoughtful expression. Your story is a powerful reminder of the importance of empathy in our daily interactions. It's easy to overlook the subtle ways prejudice can affect someone's day, but your strength in handling it with dignity is truly commendable. Ava appreciated Marcus's words, feeling a sense of solidarity and encouragement. Thank you, Marcus. It's moments like these that reinforce the need for continuous advocacy and the cultivation of empathy within our communities. As the night drew to a close, Ava stood by the window, gazing out at the city lights that twinkled like stars. The mansion, once a symbol of her solitary success, now radiated with the warmth of shared experiences and collective support. She felt a profound sense of gratitude for the people in her life who had stood by her and for the strangers who had offered kindness in unexpected moments. In the quiet of the night, Ava realized that her journey was not just about fighting legal battles, but also about fostering a culture of empathy and respect. The lessons learned from Flight 247 had deepened her understanding of the human spirit and the transformative power of standing up against injustice, no matter how subtle it may be. From an outsider's perspective, Justice Ava Cooper's experience on Flight 247 was a testament to the enduring strength of dignity and the profound impact of empathy in overcoming prejudice. Her ability to maintain composure and inspire support amidst subtle discrimination highlighted the importance of resilience and the human capacity for kindness. Ava's story serves as a poignant reminder that true justice extends beyond the courtroom, manifesting in everyday acts of courage and compassion that collectively shape a more just and empathetic society. As Ava and Sarah bid farewell to their guests, the mansion echoed with the remnants of joyful conversations and heartfelt connections. Ava felt a renewed sense of purpose, her heart buoyed by the lessons of the day and the unwavering support of those around her. The journey of reflection and resolution had only just begun, but Ava was ready to embrace it with the same grace and determination that had defined her illustrious career. In the quiet moments before sleep, Ava looked out at the city skyline, the lights shimmering like distant dreams. She knew that the path ahead would continue to present challenges, but she also recognized the power of empathy and the strength found in unity. With a heart full of hope and a spirit fortified by resilience, Justice Ava Cooper drifted into a peaceful slumber, ready to face the future with unwavering dedication to justice and compassion. Thank you for tuning in to Empathy Stories and witnessing Justice Ava Cooper's inspiring journey of resilience and compassion. We hope her story has touched your heart and reminded you of the importance of empathy and standing up for what is right. If you found this tale meaningful, please like, share, and subscribe for more stories that celebrate the human spirit. Until next time, may kindness and understanding guide your way.